Well, the U.S. government has released an eagerly awaited report on unidentified flying objects. The federal government is unable to explain as many as 143 objects encountered by military aircraft in the last several decades. Despite speculation in social media, the report does not suggest aliens might be behind the sightings, but it does say that identifying the objects or phenomena may be beyond the existing means of the American military.
That's not our LNS, though, is it? It's not.
DW reporter Aaron Tilton has been following this story for us. Aaron, it's good to see you here on the set. You know, UFOs, or unidentified aerial phenomena, as the government refers to them, seem like fantastic or spectacular notions from a sci-fi movie. So why is the government taking them so seriously?
Well, because at the end of the day, it's their job. I mean, if there's something zipping around the airspace of a country, it's in the military's best interest to figure out what it is, because it's a question of security, both for their military planes and also for civilian aircraft as well. And, you know, it's not just the U.S. government that's actually looking into these reports. We do know that both the Chinese government and the Russian governments have similar programs, and they're looking into similar reports above their airspace as well. And, you know, reports like this have a long history. The United States first started looking into reports of UFOs actively as far back as 1952, if I'm not mistaken, with Project Blue Book. So at the end of the day, it's a question of security for them, at least from the military's perspective.
Why has this report generated such interest online?
Well, it is kind of like a perfect storm to generate clicks. I mean, if you think about it, when we hear UFOs, we're kind of conditioned to think that there's an extraterrestrial sitting inside. I mean, we have decades of science fiction that tells us that UFOs equals aliens, and unfortunately, that's just not the case. But what also makes this, I think, a little bit more interesting is that this isn't just some like yokel country bumpkin reporting that they were abducted or something like that. We're talking about highly trained military pilots flying some of the most sophisticated sensor packages that have ever existed, who are saying, look, we're seeing stuff up here that we have no explanation for. We don't know what it is. And just the fact that the observers are so credible makes it really interesting. And that's what's gotten, I think, some of the speculation flying to the degree that we've seen it in recent weeks.
So I'm going to ask you to speculate, probably based more on science now, but what could be behind these 143 sightings?
Well, if you're hoping I'm going to say aliens, unfortunately, I'm going to disappoint you, because this is always the case. If you think it's aliens, it's never going to be aliens. Unfortunately, that's just not how our universe works. There is a lot of speculation about what this could be, ranging from mistakes in the sensors, mistakes in the radar systems that they have, camera errors, also basically just saying that some of the pilots might be a little bit confused about what they're saying. At the same time, the report itself said that there are most likely physical objects behind this, that these aren't just sensor mistakes. Now, if these are physical things actually flying out there, that has people pointing to the fact that this could be some type of new drone technology that we haven't seen before, hypersonic drones that can fly many times faster than the speed of sound. Now, those are things that we know other governments are looking into. We do know that Russia, China, and the US are developing those type of drones. So if this is some type of new drone technology we haven't seen, that would definitely explain why the military is looking into it and taking it so seriously. And at the end of the day, I would love to say this makes us one step closer to saying we're going to shake hands with ET at some point, but I think at the end of the day, the explanation is going to be a bit more terrestrial, unfortunately.
DW's Aaron Tilton, thanks for keeping us up to date.
Thank you.